This is another slow day. We are not doing good. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and this. I don't know, man. I'm having some wild weeks. And work has been pretty busy in a good way. Yeah, things have just been like a bit nutty lately. And I wake up every Saturday morning and I'm just not here. And I just have real slow days, and I have my cold brew, which doesn't help at all. Oh, yeah, it's weird. I don't remember waking up this tired in a while. Crummy, Weesh, thanks for joining, guys. EJ, Nana. Hey, Jam, thanks for coming along, man. Ooh, we got Rupus in the house. Mr. Rupus, thank you for joining. Nana, Sinister, Yami. We got a crew. Very cool. Ferg, what's up, Ferg? How you doing, man? How's the audio coming through, guys? Do I have to like speak up or can I mumble? Are we good if I mumble? Hey, K-Tech, thanks for joining, man. Am I good to mumble for a bit, or do I gotta enunciate? Alright, Fifi. Fine. Alright. Oh. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling very ambivalent. Today, when I wake up tired, I'm not with it. I'm hoping that maybe you guys can help me a little bit, because I noticed what actually happened last week is I started off super tired and like kind of not with it, and just in the process of like talking to you guys and hanging out, I just kind of woke up. I don't know what it was that did it exactly, but like something did it. We had a conversation about something. It might have been one of the more philosophical ones. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it really helped. Hey, Mikey. No, this isn't the Eve. This is, how is NICU a mod? I honestly don't understand. Like, there's so many people that are mods around here. I don't even remember how it happened. Who modded NICU? It was me, obviously. But, like, when did that happen? I don't know. Mikey, no, it's not an Eve, man. This is a Sebas. Hey, Glenn. Thanks for joining, Glitch Boards, Mr. Glenn. This is a Seabass. Oh, yeah, because Elquan abused you. I remember that. This is the Sebas. Isn't that great? I built this on Monday. Sunday? Monday? I don't remember. It was... it's a great board. Okay, Fifi, can you take a chill pill, my dear? You okay? Okay. Yeah, NICU. I built 2 boards, actually, in the last week. I built the Sebas, and I built the Secret 65, the one I got off the group buy, off stream. Yeah, Mikey, I don't know what's taking so long with your Sebas, man. Is it a Seabass or a Sebas? I don't even know. I've kind of given up. Honestly, a lot of times with these pronunciations, with these like keyboards and stuff, I just give up. It's too much for me. Sebas, Seabass, it's like whatever you feel like in the moment. Sebas. But like, Sebas kind of sounds like you have an accent and you're saying the ass, you know? This is pronounced keyboard. There you go. Yeah, Jim. Kitty likes to... This is Fifi, and Fifi likes to join us on stream. As a matter of fact, anytime I talk at the desk, Fifi likes to join. So if I'm in meetings, she'll hop up on the desk and join. She's very sweet. She's an older cat, and she's very sweet. I pronounce it like I would say the Sebas in Sebastian. That's actually pretty fair. Nav, my kill came in today? What's a kill? My friend got sick and couldn't come up in the last week and I'm leaving. Oh yeah, you're going on your vacation. Yeah, that's too bad. What did you build your Sebass with? Sebass with? I will show you instead of telling you. Let's put this aside. Alright, so I'm going to clip this in a minute or later, but here it is, okay? So this is the Seabass by Nuxross with KKB, I don't remember, but I do remember the switch. It is HMX TT Red, and it is clackiful. Just give it a listen. Let's start off with a palette cleanser. What do we think? Sync Terra, that's the one. I knew the set too. I bought it. I don't know why my brain is just. Hey Keyboard Dad, thanks for joining, man. Black Drop Projects. Plateless TKL, what is this? K3 is a no frills plateless TKL. Interesting. Huh. Let's see this. Huh. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice, dude. Hey, Kamori, thanks for joining, man. Welcome. Yeah, it sounds good, right? The Sebass. The TT Reds are, like, really good. I don't remember who it was, but someone recommended them to me. I saw them on sale and I got them. Solid, solid, solid. Kamori, my dude. 4 months. Holy, that's from the start. Thank you, my dude. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate you. 4 months. Yeah, it's crazy. That's, like, literally from the start. I can't believe it's been 4 months. That's fucking wild. Well, one, it looks great. Thank you. Sounds great. Thank you. I think that you should sell me the oh, weesh. I unlocked on the chroma. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. Wait. So, I'm sure you guys know this, right? You get a board and you build it, and it can be good, it can be bad, it's whatever, but it's like rarely the final form of the board, right? So you get a board, and usually you have to tinker with it, with like key caps. You get a board and you tinker with it and you put keycaps on it and switches and the build and the config and the mount and everything. And I don't know about you, but it takes me time to get to the final config of the board. And it's usually on average 3 to 5 builds, I would say. It takes me to get to the final form. With the Noose, it took me like 50. But this one, I found it. I found the final form of the Chroma 60. I am loving this sound. So I will clip this too, because I'm going to put this up on Instagram, because this is like my favorite. This is final form. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to do another one. We're starting off strong. This is our second type test. Now, I'm not going to tell you what this is. I'm going to type on it first, and then I'm going to tell you. And I want to see if you guys can guess the switch. Cherry Blacks, that is wrong. PT Black, that is also long. Ugh, long. I was going to say also long. This is a linear. It is not the pedals. It is not the macchiatos, but Ray. Is it Ray or is it Rye, dude? I don't actually know. I'm going to say Ray. Ray. Cool. You're close. You're close. It's an HMX. This is a classic HMX, by the way. It is not the Pearls, Mikey. HMX Anti. You're getting closer, but no. It is not Hyacinth. It is definitely not Zenhais. Oh. So, I'll give you one last clue, and there's a bunch of you that should get it immediately. It is a HMX, and it is full travel. Snow Crash. Keyboard Dad got it immediately. Snow Crash has... So the reason I thought you guys would get it is because Snow Crash has a very unique sound signature. It's possible it's not coming through like the audio setup and the internet and everything, but it's like a very, very unique sound. And I was having a bit of trouble with the Chroma 60 because like I put a few different switches in it. It was fine, but it didn't really blow me away. But when I put the Snow Crash in, something just connected. It had like a, I don't know how to put it, but there's like almost like a slightly plasticky sound to it. But there was like a specific type of sound to it that just really, really connected with me. And by the way, Weish, I don't know what it is with this board, but the spacebar on the Chroma 60 is not quite what I expected. I was expecting it to be a lot more poppy, like a typical O-ring, but there's something about it that's a bit different. I win the board for guessing right. You win something. It's probably just affection from me, maybe. My Kronos is like, oh, interesting. Because the Sebas has quite a poppy. Like the Sebas has a bit of a thunk to it. It's kind of nice. A firm handshake. Yeah, let's go with a firm handshake from both arms. I will shake my own hands behind your back. There you go. Oh, man. So does anyone have any good keyboard news for... Oh! I want to show you guys something. This is like totally off topic. We do have a board to build, so I'm going to jump into it in a second. But I want to show you guys something. Hold on. Alright, some of you might know this already. However, this is a game that I've known about for a long time, and I come back to this game every few years. It is called the Kittens game. The fucking words, guys. Oh. So the text for this game, A Dark Souls of Incremental Gaming. This game is insane, guys. It's like, this is the ultimate, like, I'm just going to show you how it starts, okay? And then look, you click a button, gather, and then you click a button and you see there's catnip on the left. Okay, so I gather catnip, okay? Gather catnip. Oh man, look, I can afford a catnip field. So then you press this button and you get a catnip field. And then it starts automating your catnip at 0.63 thingamajiggers per second, right? So now, and then I click it more. Okay, I'm gonna, another catnip field. Okay, cool. So then I click it more. Another catnip field. Okay, cool. I click it more. So you just kind of, this is how it goes, right? You just kind of gather your catnip, you go about your day. And essentially, this is basically the game. Yeah, Hector, it's an idle game. But it's like, I don't know what it is about this game that I just freaking love it. You just kind of let it run 24 hours a day. You just let it do its thing. And look, you get catnip, and like the catnip progresses. Now, I'm going to show you where I am in this game, which isn't even that far. But like, you know, you go from this, and you go from your little catnip fields and like whatever, to this, which is where I am now, where you have like wood and minerals, and you have buildings, and you have science, and like all this stuff. I don't know if you guys care about this, but it's like, yeah, the .ru can sometimes be a bit scary, because it's like there's one which is .ru, and then there's another one which is something else. But it's like, I don't know what it is about this thing, but every couple years I come back to it, and I get scary addicted for like 3-4 months, and I see how far I can go, and then I get bored of it, and then I move on. I think if I type kitten in Google, unspeakable things will come up. Funny. Oh. Alright. Okay. So, let's see what we gotta work on today. Alright. Desk. So, those of you that know, there was a sale on the Minerva B-stock units, maybe like a month ago, something like that. Stream number 5 of asking Navi to use WOB. You know what? I can make that a stream reward to force me to use WOB. I can do that. I can do it. Maybe not today. But one of these days. Anyway, so this was not a Minerva that I got off the sale. It just so happens that one of my friends was looking to get rid of a Minerva, and he was looking for a Neo 65 CU, and so we ended up trading. I gave him a 65 CU and a Geon Man 40, and I got a Minerva. And so I'm very curious about this board because I think it's like, I don't know, there's something about the look that I really enjoy. Holy crap, Aaron, 4 months, man. You are another OG from the start. You know what's funny? It's like Kamori, Kamori's also been here 4 months. I was just thinking about that earlier, dude. It's been 4 months. That's crazy, man. I can't believe it's been 4 months. Kind of feels like I started yesterday. It still feels a bit new. I don't know. Yeah, the packaging on this thing, Nana, is pretty nice. And so this is the beige cream whatever version. Side profile is like pretty straightforward. It's kind of clean. I like the line. The color, Conan, is very, very nice. In person, it is quite pretty. The back is really nice too. And the coating itself, it feels quite nice. It's very smooth. Like a very nice coating. Yeah, this thing is pretty sweet. Has a good weight to... Ooh. Guys, I have scale now. We can weigh this thing. Wait, no. You guys already knew I had a scale. Because I think I showed it last week. Fine. So it's not news, but whatever. I'm still happy. Okay. Taste test. No, we're not going to do a taste test. Scale's my worst enemy. Oh, I wonder. Okay, what am I... Man, guys, the number of times in the last 10 seconds I tried to figure out what I was about to do. I was about to do something, and then I forgot. And then I was trying to remember it, and then I remembered. And then I reached over to do the thing, and then I forgot again. Oh. Okay, I remember. I wanted to get the box. And then I was going to put the scale on the box, because we learned that lesson last week. And it's locked on kilos, so we'll do this. 1.695 kilos, so basically 1.7 kilos, which is 3.7 freedom units. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. That's what it is. It's the freedom units, dude. Okay. Oh, I did not notice this. Hold on. Oh, never mind. I thought initially that there was like a very slight cherry lip here, right in front of the board, but like... maximum weight the scale can measure. I don't actually remember, but I could tell you if you give me a minute. Maximum weight is 22 pounds, 10 kilos. That is the max weight. Okay. All right, let's take a look at what we have in our box. We got bump-ons that we won't need. We got sleeves that I think we will need. Extra cable, nice. Tooling, nice. Cat hair, nice. Yeah, cat hair. I don't know how the cat hair got in there, but it's in there. Got me breaking out the show crashes? You mean the snow crash? Show crash? What's the snow crash? Got it. Oh, this thing comes with LEDs. I don't know why it comes with LEDs, but apparently. Oh. I don't know if you guys knew this, but this PCB is a flex cut PCB. I did not know this. Skill diff. I really can't be talking, to be honest. I can't type either. Yeah, the show crash creak. Oh my god. I was gonna say creak craps. I don't know what's going on, guys. This might be a sign of brain damage. I don't know. Maybe a concussion. I have no idea. Oh. This PCB is kind of wild. Yeah, this, oh, what is all this down here? What? Is this split with a middle? Looks like it, right? It's like you can do split space bars with a function in the middle, I think. That's pretty cool. Okay. Nice. Oh yeah, this is for the UV indicators. That'll be a big fat skip for me. Archetype makes artisans that glow in the dark. The UV LED. Oh. Interesting. Cool. Next stream from the ER. Maybe from my bed. Maybe I'll set up the camera, build a keyboard with one of those little lunch trays. Like just sitting up in bed with like a little lunch tray on my lap and just building a keyboard like that. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just don't have a brain to begin with. Save me the risk of brain damage for over 30 years. Oh, that's so funny. Time for Nav to do split. I'm not doing split, dude. I can barely handle talking. You want me to handle a split spacebar? I will just, my brain will quit. It's ready to quit on me. Late to the stream, what are we building today? Today is a Minerva LX. And thank God I prepped stabs, because I think we would have been in big trouble if I didn't prep stabs before stream. Like, pretty big trouble. Well, to be fair, it's not even like I prepped them. I had stabs that were already done. Spacebar isolation can either be great or really bad, but this board has so much love that I'm sure the isolation cuts won't hurt the sound. Okay. I accept. Now, we have an extra PCB, which obviously I hope we're not going to need. And we only have two choice. Oh, God, guys, this is... At some point in this stream, I'm going to stop fumbling over my words. Maybe I'll stop fumbling next stream. We'll see. We'll see. My back hurts just thinking about building a keyboard in bed. I've modded switches in bed. That I've done. What I sometimes will do is I'll take switch modding stuff in bed, and I'll lube switches in bed while my wife watches videos or reads a book or whatever. It's kind of nice, actually. Please do split. I'll give you everything. I don't think so. Sorry. I don't even think the keycaps that I have ready to go or want to use or will work come with split space bars. I'm going to need you guys to think about this for me. So I only have two plates available. I have a carbon fiber plate and I have an FR4 plate. Those are my two plates. The switches are already predetermined, and I will tell you what they are. So Beaver Keys sent me over two types of switches. One was the full nylons that I used in the noose. Another is the HMX Lanikais. So these are the ones going in the board. Ooh, Gigi. Hello, wife. How are you? For those that don't know, Gigi Jumanji is my dear wife. Every once in a while, she stops by stream, says hello, and dunks on the plebs. That would be me. I'm the pleb. So one thing I need you guys to think about is, do we use carbon fiber or FR4 with the Lanikais? I'm leaning towards the carbon fiber, but I'm open to possibilities. Absolutely CF. Go FR4, change it up. CF. Okay. All right. I'm also leaning CF, but we can see how we feel. These are night stabs, by the way. They're pre-made, pre-prepped night stabs, so hopefully everything works out fine. I gotta listen to a sound test of the switches. Lanikai already kind of low, CF will help. Oh, interesting. FR4 will bring them up too. Oh, okay. What I heard about the Lanikais is that They are scratchy feeling switches, but not scratchy sounding switches, which is kind of interesting. Dude, the cat is like, she's been vibing all day. So she's just literally just hanging out, vibing on the side. Her head is like right there, sort of like right next to the keyboard kind of stand thing. But she is vibing it up. Okay. Oh no. Come on. Am I doing this the right? Yeah, there we go. You want a stiffer plate with the Minerva. How stiff is the FR4? It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have too many cuts in it. It seems fine. Okay, actually, let's do this. Oh, these are gonna sound interesting on CF. FR4 would not be the move. Interesting. Will there be any rigged predictions this stream? Ferg, all the predictions are rigged. It's just a question of whether it's rigged in my favor or the favor of chat. I'm done betting here. I lose every time. Do you lose every time? I think last time you won, but you misclicked, right, Nana? I'm pretty sure you misclicked. Like, you were gonna get the right one. And, by the way, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I straight up just dropped the PCB. Like, I was holding it like this, and I wanted to place it down. But for whatever reason, my mind just said, fuck it. And it just dropped it. I'm in love with these screw trays. Their size is perfect. I like them too, man. I have three. I have three trays. I have this one. I have this one that came with the GDK TKL. And then I have this one that I think is a Geon screw tray. But I don't remember. I got it from someone off Mech Market. I don't really like this one. It's kind of cool as a fidget toy, but I don't really use it. This one I actually do like, but the little ridges inside make it slightly annoying, so I also don't really use it that much. And this is the one I end up using the most. Yeah, it's from Mechland. It's the Sam's screw tray thing. I have 1.3 Navid coins. What's a Navid coin? Nav is tired today. It's the pregnancy hormones. For those that don't know, I am pregnant. I am expecting my first baby in July. And it's been having an impact on my energy levels because growing a baby is hard. Now, here's the thing. My wife knows I'm joking when I say that, right? She knows that I'm joking. I'm obviously not pregnant. I'm obviously not growing the baby. She's doing that, right? But I promise you on everything, when the words came out of my mouth and I said, I'm growing the baby, and I said it's hard work as if it's actually me doing the suffering, I promise you, there's a small part of her that was like, even though she knew I was joking, I'm telling you guys, there's a small part of her that was like, that fucker. I know he's joking, but that fucker. I promise. Okay. 100%. There we go. Oh, too funny. Now, they have no idea how hard it is to sleep on that hospital couch. Actually, you know what, dude? I don't know if it was my wife that was telling me, but someone was telling me that apparently the couch there kind of sucks, and you're there for like 2 days, and you should bring pillows and stuff. It's kind of funny. Actually, I never would have thought to bring pillows to a hospital, but apparently you got to do that. 5 streams, Gavat, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. If you just joined in, this is a cursed stream. I'm a bit of a zombie. My brain isn't working. I've like fumbled my words. I've dropped PCBs. I might take a nap midstream. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, 3D Key, thanks for joining, man. I didn't see you either. My mom told to my dad one time, it's because of you I am like that. Yeah, exactly. You did this to me. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm really glad that I had stabs ready to go, guys. Like... How many curse streams until this is the norm? Maybe this is just the norm already, Ferg. Mom, in case you're watching live, I love you. By the way, guys, my mom has been trying to join. Like, she actually might be live right now. She's been trying to join the stream live for a couple weeks now, but she always forgets. Because she needs help. She needs to like sign up for an account and she doesn't know what the website is. But she's been meaning to join live for like a couple weeks now. I didn't actually finish Conan, sorry. Mom, I love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. You're the best mom ever, and I'm excited to see what kind of a grandma you're going to be. It's going to be fun. So one of these days, we'll potentially have my mom and my wife hanging out with my buds all on stream. And it'll be a grand old time. What? I lost track of where I was, and I had to pick up the PCB so I could figure out where I was on the PCB. Because I knew I had to put a screw in, but I forgot where to put the screw in. It's funny to see Nav next. Oh yeah, so obviously you guys don't know. I was about to say if you know, but obviously you don't. My mom is tiny. This giant next to this little lady bossing him around. Yeah, so my mom is tiny. She's small but mighty. But like I'm 6'4", right? And she's 5 something, I think. She's a small but mighty lady. Okay. Dang, you tall. Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on where you are. Like in Montreal, it is crazy tall because like the Quebecers are not a super tall group of people. But for the States, I don't actually think it's that tall. We have Aaron, if he's still here. Freaking Aaron is like almost 7 feet tall. Aaron will make me look like a mouse. I cannot wait to get a hug from Aaron, by the way. I cannot wait. Like, I imagine... Hold on. Wait. Oh, God, there's too much shit on this desk. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay, so I imagine that a hug from Aaron must feel like the most beautiful, like all-encompassing, like a hug from Aaron must feel like you are getting absorbed in hug. Like, think about this, right? Like, 7 feet, it's not just up. Like, there's broad shoulders behind that, right? There's big arms behind that. So what that means is if Aaron is giving you a hug, you don't exist anymore. You just become the hug. Which is why I am determined to get a hug from Aaron. Like, I will just cease to exist. I will become one with the concept of the hug. Imagine how that's going to feel. Just peak. Hey, Villain. Thanks for joining, man. We're having another curse stream, but as Ferg pointed out, all streams are cursed now. So... And I forgot where I was again. Okay. Wonderful. Printed. I don't know, man. I don't know what's real anymore. Oh, guys. Okay. Hold on. I had a question for you. Okay. So, you see the PCB, right? So, this is, let me tell you what I'm planning to do with this layout, and then you guys tell me. A collective consciousness that's just the feeling of being hugged. That's what I want, Rufus. I want to achieve pure hug nirvana. Okay, here's the question, all right? So, you guys know how on 65s, there's that kind of column to the right where you have delete, page up, page down, and then typically for me function, right? So that's how my layout is here, and then this one's just an arrow key, right? That's is it an arrow? Yeah, it's an arrow. So that's what it is for 65s. Right? So this is what I was thinking about doing with the Minerva. I was thinking about having all of this be normal and then having my delete, page up, page down, and function here. Right? So then the question is, if this area here is configured like that column on a 65, and this is my function, do I need to have a function here? Because normally on a 60... right? If we ignore the column, normally I do split right with my function right here. So my question is, if my function is moving to here, because I'm kind of configuring this column like I would on a 65, do I go full right shift? Or do I still do split right? That makes sense? What do we think? This is my first time with this layout, right? So like... I think the other question is, do you want to save a spare stab for a rainy day? Rufus, I have a ton of spare stabs, dude. There's a stack of spare stabs in there. Like, it won't even take any time. The stab is here ready to go. The screws are ready to go. Doesn't matter. I have plenty of spares. I think closer FN still makes more sense. Try to mimic hitting the function key on the frame. I don't think it's a convenient place. That's a good point. All right, Fifi, hold the PCB for me. So, because I have my arrow mapped here, so normally when I want to do arrows, right, I hold my FN and then I do my arrows like this, right? So with a full right shift, I'll be holding this, and it'll be arrows. Oh, you're right, that's a bit, but I could use my, you're right, that's a bit awkward. Yeah, I don't know. Tape the flex cuts. Really? Are you sure, NICU? Now I want a PCB holder like yours. Yeah, she's very nice. She's doing a good job. Maybe we'll give her a raise after. Worth a try though. Ooh, 3 streams. Thanks, Villain. Thanks for being here, man. Are you set on making that page up, etc., or would you do F1? No, I'm set on the delete because because to me, like, especially with this being here on the right. What I like about this board is the fact that I can essentially configure this like I would on a 65. And so these 3 keys up here, I 100% want this to be delete, page up, page down. This might actually down here be home and end, but like that might be a little bit unnatural for me. It's just because I think my hand is going to be used to doing this with the function key here, that I'm like open to trying this maybe. But maybe you guys are right. Maybe it'll just be weird. Because, like, naturally, when I want to do arrows, I just kind of go here and then I flip around. Yep, sounds so much better. Interesting. The question is, do we try home, page up, page down, delete, and off? No. I 100% want the delete up here. Because on my 65s, I have my backspace here, I have my delete up here. So delete here will be very natural. And on 65s, I do page up, page down next, right? So I 100% want to do delete, page up, page down. Question is, what do we do with the bottom two? Will I even use the bottom two? It might be pointless. Navi, the curse you're experiencing isn't actually a curse, but something different, baby brain. Okay, do men get baby brain, Glenn? Is that a thing? I don't know. I've heard different things. Sir, trust me. Enter key for arrow. What? No, we're not doing that. Do people use page up, page down often? I do, Taco, actually. I use it quite a bit. Especially for work. When I'm like navigating spreadsheets, or if I'm just like browsing, I'll use it in browser a lot. I never use page up, page down, but interesting. I'm surprised so little of you use page up, page down. I use it all the time. Please say no, or else he will milk this. My dear wife, I'll milk it no matter what. After stream, I'm going to be telling the story about how everyone in chat agreed with me and baby brain is a thing, and I'm subject to it. I remap them to multitask like Spotify. Oh, interesting. The only keys I use are print, home, end. Oh. I actually never use print. Interesting. That's wild, man. There's so many differences. I thought page up, page down was like synonymous, that everyone used it. So Villain, what I do for media controls, okay, let me walk you guys. This is how, okay, Fifi, it's fine. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I know, you're good. Here we go. Let's rest. All right, fine, I'll put it here. There you go. So function arrows. So these are my arrows right here, right? Function page up, page down. Then function and win key left goes to layer 2. Then I have home and end. Then I have volume up, volume down, mute, play, pause. So essentially, my primary use for layer 1 is going to be these guys, and then layer 2 is these guys. And then obviously layer 2 is, oh, sorry, I forgot. Layer 1 is backspace delete, so I forgot that. You're right, Mikey. So function backspace is my delete, page up, page down, and then arrow keys. So basically this whole area is mapped to layer 1. And then for layer 2, I have home, end, and then media here. Hi, Fifi. Are we good? Have you had enough of a time? What is it you'd like to do, my dear? Okay, she's had enough. Okay. What are we milking? Honestly, Ferg, I forgot. Sorry, dude. I've had the Logi free scrolling wheels for years, so page up, page down. Oh, so wait, hold on. Do you mean this dude, like this side scroll here? Because I use this this is my browser tab switcher. So like when I'm in a browser, this basically switches tabs up and down. You could always try Rydia's special layout. I'm a pass on that, my dude. I am definitely a pass on that. Wow, that must have taken a while to memorize. So the thing is, Villain, is that I like to switch boards pretty frequently. And so all the core commands that I use, I like to centralize within the format of a 60. So that no matter what board I'm using, there are certain things that are always the same. And so essentially, the way that I have it mapped out is that the top right key is always my volume up, and then from right to left will be volume up, volume down, mute, whatever, and it's always on layer 2. So essentially, I have it mapped in such a way that no matter what board I'm on, I always know what's what, because it's like a standardized approach to key mapping, basically. Slightly worried about adjusting to 60 HHKB. So that's my problem, by the way, is because I have a standardized approach, when I'm missing certain keys, it throws me off. So like, for example, when the win key is off, it throws me off a little bit because my layer 2 is function plus win key, right? With HHKB, it throws me off because then I have to put my control up here in the caps lock. It's like, I really struggled with HHKB, man. That was not really my jam. Okay. All right, let's put this aside. So NICU is saying we need to tape this. I really don't want to tape it. So I don't know if you're still here, NICU. Did you tape only the gap, or are you saying to tape mod the whole thing? Because I will if I have to. He said just the flex cuts. I think I want to try it without, and then if we need to come back and put a tape on it, we'll do it. Yeah, I'm with you, Nana. Yeah, let's just build it, and then if we need to tape it, we'll tape it. Okay. These tabs are kind of funky, though. Yeah, these like kind of gasket tabs, they're a little funky. It's kind of interesting. Okay. For those of you that are in Canada, Beaver Keys is the host of the Ottawa meetup, and it's actually coming up in a few weeks, so pretty soon, actually. I will be there. I think Nick's Keys will be there. There's quite a few people that I think are gonna be there. As far as I know, tickets are not sold out, and they're also not that expensive. So if you're in the area and you want to come by, sorry, villain. So yeah, this is a Minerva LX with HMX Lanikies that Beaver Keys sent me. Also, oh, interesting. There we go. Alright, so the plate is a little bit of a tight fit. That's already been a little bit interesting. Okay, cool. Cool. What is that colorful board up top? First of all, thank you for joining Pent. I appreciate you. Second of all, that is the sea bass. We did a type test in the beginning. I am obsessed with how it sounds. I think it sounds real good. It's the she ass. Oh, Aaron, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. For those of you that don't know, I wish I had a shout out command. For those of you that don't know, Aaron is also a streamer, and he streams on Thursdays, so give him a follow. And on Thursday, he built this keyboard, or more specifically, his version of this keyboard, so his keyboard of it. You know what I mean, okay? Chill. And, you know, he loved how it sounded, and overall things were great, but unfortunately, it turns out that the pin inside his Molex connector was non-compliant and bent. And it seems like he's probably going to have to return the whole keyboard. At least that's what he last told me. And so imagine you get this keyboard and you're super excited for it, and it turns out that not only is it not working, but maybe you have to return the whole thing, but also the place that you bought it from potentially doesn't have more, so you're just returning it, and now no more keyboard. I feel like that kind of sucks. It's definitely too bad. Interesting. This plate, guys, is like, it's very tight, huh? Very tight. I'm a little confused. Like essentially what's happened is that, I don't know if you can see. Like, okay. So you see here? So here the switch is flush, but here it's like it's not properly popping in, but it's like properly seated on the back. And like the pins are in. It's literally just that the carbon fiber isn't. There we go. Okay, so I just kind of had to hook in behind it and pull it up. Hello, Bert. This is a Minerva LX with HMX Lanikai. And yes, I'm a bad streamer. Needing a plate fork and some force. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We'll be fine. I actually did, when I was building the Secret 65 a couple days ago, I actually popped one of my sockets and I had to do a hot swap repair. It was pretty annoying. It was, I think, the spacebar too. I think Bull helped design this one. Did he? I thought he helped design the Lumen LX, right? Bert, it's HMX Lanikai. Beaver Keys sent over a batch of these, and I've been saving them for a stream. Supposedly, these are switches that feel scratchy, but don't sound scratchy because of the lubing solution. So supposedly they're quite interesting. This will be my first time trying them, so we'll see. Keyboard Dad was here earlier, and he was saying that apparently, was it Shy? Dude, Pent, I don't know how long you've been here, dude, but like the number of times that I've just like, it's not even a brain fart anymore. It's just like my brain is the fart. It's gas brain, gassy brain. That's what I have. Like there's smooth brain, there's liquid brain, and then there's fluid brain. Dude, Pent, I've had so much coffee already, you would not believe. I had a coffee, I had 2 cups of cold brew. Then I had 4, I had the equivalent of 4 or 5 cups of coffee. Things are just not. It's fine though, right? Because like, yeah, it's fine. As long as I don't break anything and we can move forward with things, we'll be okay. We'll be fine. How many times do you think I can tell myself we'll be fine until we're fine? At least 3. It does not feel like Bull designed it based on other Bull stuff I have. Brain fog. I diagnose you with I swear to God, I was about to say empathetic. Not empathetic, but empathetic. As in I'm inside apathetic. Too funny. Hi, Fifi. Fifi, how you doing? She's just hanging out. She's cool. What is your experience with stuff from Swag Keys, like their keycaps? So it depends on which keycaps we're talking about. If we're talking, because I've had 3 of their keyboards. Sorry. I have had 3 of them. One I've given away, one I've sold, and one I still have. And I currently have 2 of their keycap sets. I have SWG Beige and I have SW Classic Red. SWG Beige I really like, I'm a big fan of, and I definitely recommend it. It's good on price, it sounds good, it looks good, and the packaging is good. SW Beige is also good all around, however, the keycaps fit quite tight, like very tight. And the other thing is that SW is not ABS, it's a blend of ABS and PBT, or at least that's what Classic Red is. The Classic Red set, other than the fact that they fit very, very tight, I think it's a good set. It's fine. But the future stuff is all SWG, and for that, I definitely like it. And I have one on group buy, I have one behind me. Good set. Big fan. Hi, Penguin. How you doing, man? What is a keyboard? Elquan, believe it or not, a keyboard is... Okay, so you know how, like, it's like a cylinder, but it's tied at the end, and then you put frozen milk inside it, and then you... So it's the holder of the frozen milk. Pretty sure. Oh, Elquan, I'm sorry, dude. That was the power struggle. Don't worry about it. You're right. I will do... How do I... Hold on. I have to bring balance back to the world. The world now has balance. Doing well now. Happy to catch one of your personal builds. Thanks, man. This will be fun. I've been holding on to this for a while. I've heard mixed things about this board. Like that it's a little bit weird to build, and it has some like kind of eccentricities to it. But I like how it looks, and I like the layout, and so I'm kind of excited. So we'll see how it does. What's the difference between SW and SWG, though? SWG is just their newer stuff. Yeah, exactly. So SWG is the newer stuff. So, okay. Okay. So SWG is the newer stuff. It's also produced with Creative using new molds. And so SWG was essentially So SW was the old stuff, and I have no idea what the vision for that was. They did some ABS, they did some PBT, they did some blends. I don't know. It was fine, but like... I wasn't super into it. SWG, on the other hand, is the newer stuff that is more of a competition with KKB and GMK. And so, if what you're interested in is clacky keycaps, SWG is the one, because SWG is all ABS. They use new molds. It feels good, it sounds good, it looks good, and the price is good. The beige set in particular had a weird thing with the spacebar, but it's been fixed. And so if you're thinking about buying a new SWG beige set, my understanding is that it should have the fixed spacebar. But if you're concerned about it, you can just reach out to the vendor that you're planning to buy from and ask them. Other than the spacebar, I'm not aware of any problems with SWG in terms of the actual quality of the product. The new stuff still has some blends. Oh, I guess you're right. So technically, it's the Legends, right? So when they have a triple shot, right? It's the sub-legend is a PBT ABS blend, right? But like the core of the keycap is still ABS, right? It's just the sub-legend shot that is that PBT ABS blend, I think. So specifically with rubber, it would be the red text. At least is my understanding. But yeah, Mikey, you're right. It's not pure ABS. Nice. Guys, I am starting to wake up slowly. What's the whole reason SWG was doing fixed kits for beige? Basically, the spacebar for beige was a bit deep, and the complaints that people had was that the spacebar was basically too deep. And so the fix kit is essentially replacing the space bars to make them brighter. That's basically it. It's funny because I actually really liked the original space bars because they're kind of punchier. And so I'm actually curious if I will like the fix kit less than the original. I'm very curious. But Elquan, these are HMX Lanakais. They're the ones that supposedly feel scratchy but don't sound scratchy because they have like some lube solution to them. So it's possible that these will sound like regular keyboard switches, and the part that's interesting about them will just be how they feel. I'm not sure. We will see. God, I'm like legit a bit scared that we're gonna get to the end of this and I'm gonna realize I forgot something like a stab. It would be very in character to get this whole thing built and then realize I got to the end and did not put stabs together. I know I put stabs together, but it would just be very in character to not. Okay. Keyboard. Did you install the blocker that goes between the PCB and the plate? What? Are you messing with? You're messing with me. Are you messing with me? It doesn't exist. He's messing with me. Thank you for stopping by, wife. I appreciate you. Have a good day. I will see you when you get home. Okay. Hey, Big H, welcome back, man. Yeah, you were gone a while, dude. Holy. It was like, what, a month? It was a crazy long vacation. Or at least 3 weeks? A month? I don't even know how you get that much time off from work. Like, at any company I've ever worked at, if you want to take off more than 2 weeks, you need to get special approval. And getting special approval for 3 or 4 weeks is usually a bit of a pain. A little over 3 weeks. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's a long vacation. I went to the Dominican with my wife last year. What is time off? I could have left for a month and a half. Mikey, that is crazy, dude. That's wild, man. I went with my wife to the Dominican for a week. And honestly, by day 5, I wanted to go home. Brother, I'm going on 5.5 month pat leave. Wow. Holy. Sorry. You're about to go on a 5.5 month pat leave, or you are 5.5 months into pat leave? I'm 5.5. Oh, wow. That is nuts, dude. Haven't been at work since December. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man. One of my cousin, I was going to say one of my cousins, and then I realized that it kind of doesn't matter whether it's like cousin A or cousin B, because you guys don't know any of them. So like, it doesn't matter. I could just say my cousin. But for some reason, I felt in the moment the need to specify that I had more than one cousin, and it was one of my cousins. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, my cousin's husband, for the first pregnancy, she took the longer leave, but for the third pregnancy, second or third, he took the longer leave. Does pat mean paternity? We don't know about that in America. Yes, so the way that it works here in Quebec is that the father gets 6 weeks, like standard. The mother gets like 4 months standard, and then there is a period of time that is shared between the couple that they can split however they want, which I think is like an additional 6 months or 7 months, something like that. So in theory, I could take like 9 months of paternity leave, and she could take like 3 or 4 months, whatever her minimum is, typically the way it works out, which is the way that we're going to do it, is I'm going to take just the minimum, and my wife is going to take the extra. But some couples do it the other way around. It just depends on the financial situation and how they kind of want to structure it. But most likely, I'm going to take the minimum and she's going to take the maximum. I'm saying most likely that's going to happen. My company give a generous 5 days. Holy. Wait, Villain, you're 6 months into pat leave in the U.S.? How? What? I don't... Is that from your company? Like your company gives that to you? That's crazy, man. Hey, you forgot to put the foam in the board. What's foam, Elquan? What is that? I don't understand. I need a cable. Alright, so we have two different types of gaskets. There's the white gasket, which feels soft, and then there's the black gasket that feels hard. And I don't actually know which gasket we should use. It's carbon fiber plate, and so I'm leaning towards the softer gasket to maybe absorb some of the carbon fiber resonance. Also, I'm not too sure about this cable, but it kind of makes me a little nervous. This is, I think, an Easy Mate cable, right? Pretty sure. I think this is my first Easy Mate cable. Gotta be in Cali, Seattle, or Oregon, and work in tech, I'd guess, to have that level of pat leave. You press it down. Really? Oh. Oh, interesting. Huh. Thank you, Nana. Oh, so is that like if you just kind of pull it all apart, you don't break anything? That is very interesting. Hey, okay. I think I'm kind of into that, actually. Alright guys, what are our predictions? Do we think this is going to sound good on our first try? Like, is this a winner first go around? That's what I'm curious about. I have a feeling this is going to be a winner the first go around. I have a feeling. But we'll see. It is going to sound harmonious. I like it. I'm down. I am very much... It's been a long time. Abstaining due to insider knowledge. Wait a second. Insider knowledge means you've tried this exact combination before. My dear Shabingus, we are building the Minerva LX with HMX Lanikai. And we settled on a carbon fiber plate, but I don't know how this is going to work, and so we might reverse course at some point. We'll see. Okay. 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 We are in business. Honestly, the color of these switches actually worked out surprisingly well with the color of the board. I don't typically go for themed boards, but this is kind of nice. Alright. Let's just do a quick test. I don't want to screw this whole thing together and then find out that there's a problem. Nice. Okay. Oh, let's take a quick moment. Let's take a quick pause. We need to make some decisions. Well, we need to make one decision. So, let's do this now. Alright. For keycaps, I have 5 choices for us. I'm going to start up a poll. Give me a second. Key crap choice. All right, guys, 3-minute poll. I'm going to take a water break. Ready, set, go. And Nana, unfortunately, I do not have blot, and so there is no option for blot. And the only red set I have is KKB Cherry, and it's currently in use. What's your due date? Mine is 7/4. Holy crap, you too, dude. Congratulations, man. That's amazing. Mine is actually also around there. I don't remember the exact date. I think it's 7/9, maybe 7/6, but it's like the first week of July. So we're basically like within days of each other. That's nuts, man. Wow. Is it your first as well? Ah, that was the point of taking the trip. I understand. It's your first. Congrats, man. Are you nervous? Or are you like... I was nervous in the beginning. I'm still a bit nervous, but I'm mostly... I don't know. I think I'm past the nervous. I am now more excited than nervous. Yeah, I'm more excited than nervous now. Bob, my dude, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate you. Thanks, man. Oh. Thank you, my dude. I don't know if you've tried this, dude. And this is gonna sound pretty, like, a little bit out there. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but we lost so many times at the beginning. Oh, that's tough, man. That's very tough. I know of 1 or 2 other people that went through something similar, and in the beginning, like, honestly, in the beginning, it was also nervous for me because I heard a lot of stories like that. But, like, we're both basically at the same stage, and I forget when it is, but there's, like, a certain marker that once you pass that point, the baby is basically viable. So even if the baby comes out early, like, the chances are very good. Whenever we passed that marker, I think it was week 30, I don't remember honestly, but whenever we passed that marker, it went from like nervous excitement to just like mostly excitement. Now I just want to meet the little dude. Is it a girl or a boy for you if you're sharing Big H? Girl, nice. It's a boy for us. The poll is almost over, guys, but at this point it's basically been decided. We're going machinist, so unless a stack of you jump in last minute, which I don't think is going to happen. Machinist it is. Alright. My sister-in-law waited for that milestone before letting us know. Yeah, that makes sense. We waited... we told our close friends and family relatively quickly. I think it was like 4 or 5 people that we told relatively quickly, but then we waited for the 3-month mark to pass until we told everyone else. Okay. I was about to put the keycaps on. What mistake was I about to make? Can you guess? I don't know if you guys will guess. Depends on how close attention you are paying. Yep, Nana got it. I did not screw the frame. I think Ferg was right with his initial comment that basically all streams are cursed now. Or at least all these streams. So Nana, do you still have your Minerva, or did you end up selling it? I'm curious what your overall thoughts are on it. Like, overall, what do you think of it? How does it sound for you? How does it feel for you? Shit, I dropped a screw. This is cute. Oh, you sold it. Interesting. Interesting how the top right doesn't have the top. Okay, so I think, by the way, the top right issue has to do with the switches you use, because I could totally imagine some switches like blocking it. So I think it depends on the switches and the mold. It's very, very possible that KeyGeek would cause problems, whereas maybe HMX doesn't. I'm not sure. Needs a force break. I also sold mine, but it sounds good. It's really good if you have artisans to cover the XT column. So I'm planning to use the XT column, Bob, like the column on a 65. So I'm actually just going to put up my normal 65 layout there. So it'll be delete, page up, page down, and then home end is what I'm thinking. But I want to use a more tradish. Oh, come on. There we go. Did not like the finished look and layout enough to tweak it into a sound I like. Interesting. But the board itself wasn't bad. Nice. I actually think, I have a feeling I'm going to really like the layout, specifically because I'm going to treat that column like the column on a 65. Hey Nav, will be lurking. Good luck with your build. Thanks for stopping by, Reload. I appreciate you, man. This is today is a chill day, so this is actually the perfect day to lurk, because we're just kind of fumbling our way through talking and building and being. Yeah. Actually, I'm not even fully here. I kind of feel a bit loopy. I wonder if this is how it feels like to be 3 weeks into baby, or like maybe it's way worse. I have no idea. Okay. The frame is now screwed in. Now we can go to keycaps. I think it's going to look pretty good. The one thing I wonder if it'll be too much same. Oh, next question, guys. Do we do knobs or do we do without knobs? I'm leaning toward knobs, but because I think the knobs will add a bit of color, and I think if we go no knobs, I think it will lack color a bit. So I'm leaning towards. Whoops. Yeah, I'm leaning toward novelties. Let me grab the knobs. Sorry. Okay. Oh. Did any of you guys see or plan to join the Jahra? Jahra? Jahari? Jahra. 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 I am pretty pumped about that board, and I am basically almost certainly going to be joining the group buy. I'm not like... I don't know. I'm like almost certain, like basically unless the reviews come back Jahra. Is it? Oh, it's silent, huh? Interesting. Okay. Fine. Unless the reviews come back like absolutely terrible, I'm pretty sure, because I don't know what it is about that board, but the look of it, the aesthetic, it just works for me. Has like some real subtle curves to it, kind of a classic look. I'm actually not super into the car component of it, which, like, thematically, the fact that it's sort of like going after this car aesthetic is kind of whatever for me. But I really like the overall just look of the board. So I'm pretty pumped about it. April, I feel like after Chinese New Year, it was actually a pretty quiet. Like, I know we've had stuff come out, but I don't know why. For me, it feels like it's been very quiet. Also, I think you guys killed it on this choice. And I'm kind of regretting the novelty. I'm actually not sure if we'll keep the novelties on. I'm wondering if we just go gray. Actually, let's try it. Let's try this. Hey, Slim. Thanks for joining, man. Let's try this out. Let's just go all gold. I wonder if this will... Nice. But yeah, I feel like after Chinese New Year, it's been kind of quiet. Like, I know we've had stuff, but like, I kind of feel like last year at this time, there was a lot more stuff that was happening. I don't know. Maybe that's just like there's stuff that's come out that hasn't been super exciting for me, and as a result, I kind of feel like maybe there's less happening. But yeah, I don't know. Alright, I think I vibe with this. Although, gray and gold is the move. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Alright, let's keep going. I messed up again. There it is. For me, it feels like there's a group buy I want to join every couple weeks. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't know. For me, I feel like July has been it'll be a more tempting month. I feel like July will be full of temptation for me, but the last couple months since Chinese New Year, I don't know. You need to try more commission boards like a Corsa or a CCRE. So, Villain, my thing with a lot of those boards, like, maybe I'll get one in hand and it'll totally change the way I think about it, but when I look at them, they just don't really excite me. Visually, they just don't really do it for me. They feel a bit too plain, and so it's possible that once I get my hand on it and I actually type on it and I hear it in person, that maybe it'll change my mind. But for now, when I see pictures of them, I acknowledge that they look good, but there's just something about them that feels a bit too basic for me. I like to have something a bit more, I don't know. I thought I was feeling the same way. Then I look at my backlog of what I have coming and the potential purchases, and it feels the same, if not more, than last year. So, in terms of backlog of what I have coming, I have a few things coming. So, like, from that perspective, I think I have a decent amount going on. When I think about what's coming, I actually do think we have some stacked months ahead of us. There's quite a few projects that are coming up that I'm pretty excited for. NICU has a TKL that he's running that I'm pretty pumped for, even though I'm not super into TKLs lately. There's the Yara 65, there's the W80, there's the Eclipse TKL. There's a bunch of Geon stuff coming, in theory, maybe. Upcoming months are going to be hard for me as well, too many. What are you guys excited for? What do you guys have? What do you guys know? Okay. In one message, if you guys put in, what's your top 3? Like the top 3 or 4 that you guys are like hyped for. Ooh, Bob, Gen 70, I'm very pumped for that. Elquan, weren't you talking just the other day in Discord about some project that you were... I could have sworn you were talking about something, dude. I might be remembering wrong, but I thought you were talking about something coming up that you were excited for. I think you said you were thinking about buying a thing. Oh, the Zoku. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, Lumen TKL, Mikey. That one I'm pumped for. Oh, 964 as well. That's memes board. I'm ready for 964. 964 looks good. 964 might be my first a bug landed on my wrist. Yeah, 964 looks solid. I'm into it. Went into a private GB for one of Ferg's boards. Really? I didn't know Ferg had a GB running. That's pretty cool. No Ice, Dia, Zoku, maybe Levi XL. So the No Ice I know. The Dia I don't know. The Zoku I know. Sorry, Zoku, is it an R2 or is it like the original for Zoku? I thought Zoku was a board that already ran. I'm a bit confused. R2, okay. Didn't it just run though? Like, I feel like it just ran like a couple months ago. Maybe I'm wrong. Stinga. You know what? I might actually go for Stinga. I don't know. I'm starting to feel a bit of a Singa... Like, just a little bit of Singa FOMO. Just a little bit. But I'm starting to think about maybe getting a Stinga board. Okay. Alright. I think we are close to being in business. Wait, that's wrong. Page. Am I missing a page? There we go. Page up, page down. Okay. We might have to do this a little bit janky. We might have to do it a little bit janky. Yeah, I think this is... It's a bit janky, but I don't have an R4 home. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's another way I can get this to work. Unless I put an arrow there. but that'll be a bit weird. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it with a gold knob. I am chill. I'm okay with it. Okay. Okay, friends. What do we think? I like it more than the one I had visually. Because I think most of the ones that were available, I don't even think this color was available, Nana. I think it was the dyed PC and like, yeah. Alright. Let's see. A full row of artisans on this would bang. The problem is, I don't actually have enough artisans to put on it. So actually, basically, these are the artisans that I have available. It's these two patina coppered or brass, and then these little zinc metal ones. I have a couple back there, but I don't think they're really viable. Sorry to be late. For boards that haven't run yet, W80, Eclipse TKL, Ori 870, Lumen TKL, Type Box. Ooh, the Type Box one looked real good. Type Box looked good. The Lumen TKL. So the only one on your list that I'm personally not sure about myself, Big H, is the Ori. Nothing against it, but it was a bit plain for me. W80 I'm super into. Eclipse I'm super into. Lumen I'm into. Typebox I'm into, but that one's a bit too pricey for me. So I'm not sure about it. Okay. Alright. I'll clip this too. But if someone else wants to clip it, that would be great. But if not, don't worry about it. I'll clip it. We have Minerva LX with HMX Lanikai, KKB Machinist on a carbon fiber plate. Let's see how we do. Guys, what is that spacebar? What is this spacebar? What the heck is this? The spacebar woke up my cat. Dude, what is this? Naveed, is it smoochable? I mean, look, I'm not going to steal Sterling's thing, okay? Sterling is the keyboard smoocher. But, yo, I was not expecting that. Guys, what the hell is up with the spacebar? Hold it. Let's do this one more time. One more time, okay? Okay. All right. What? 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 Guys, I've never had a spacebar like this before. Like, I've had loud poppy spacebars. I don't think I've ever... Dude, Bob, what the hell, man? This is nuts. What? Okay. I'm a bit floored. For me, the spacebar is the make it or break it. Like, I can deal with mid alphas, I cannot deal with a mid spacebar. This is wild. How come nobody said anything? Nana, was your spacebar like this, dude? What? What the heck? That is wild. They're Knights, Big H. Knights V3. V3 Knights. I had an alu plate PEI top and I used the hardest gaskets. So this is a carbon fiber plate with the softest gaskets on an alu top, obviously. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Huh. I'm a bit floored. Give me a sec, guys. I want to do one more. I think it was Bob. I don't remember who it was, Bob or Shy, but one of you guys was saying these switches are a little bit deeper. I don't actually personally even get the scratch on these switches, because the sort of claim to fame on the Lanakais is that they're supposed to be slightly scratchy. I'm not getting that. It doesn't feel scratchy to me. It feels fairly smooth. Like, this is just a pretty solid, clean clack switch. More like a mid-tone clack. It's not like a cloud or something like that. Let's swap a switch. I'm curious if this spacebar... It's a Lanikai, Bob. Yeah. I'm curious if this spacebar spacebar will sound like this on a different switch. I'm curious how much of it is the plate and gasket combo and how much of it is the Lanikai. Let's do a little swap. I'm going to try a Kale BCP because that's like a pretty standard switch on this stream. Let's see how a BCP does. I have them in my Haku on carbon fiber and I like them. It's the plate and gasket combo. Interesting. So spacebar sounds good on Minerva no matter the plate. Oh, okay. All right. Then let's try. Let's see how a BCP does. All right, now I got to try tactile. Big H, if you're still around, what's your go-to tactile for spacebars? I want to try that out. If not, scroll up. Black, yeah, you already did it. Black Cats or grape sodas. I don't have either of those, unfortunately. I'm planning to get Black Cats on my next Unikeys order coming up in like a week or two. I'm waiting for the yogurts to get, the yogurt S's to get back in stock because the Black Cats are out of stock for ages, right? But I think they're back in now. Type R. Okay, let's do Type R. I have almost all the HMX tactiles, most of them. All right, I'll tell you guys. Hold up. Hold up. I mean, I said almost all, but then the two that Big H called out I didn't have, so let me just pull up the spreadsheet. Okay. Where the heck? Okay, 4 tactiles for HMX. I have Cilantro, Firecracker, Hydra, Ice Lotus, Jade, K01, Longjing S, Puppy, Sandstorm, Snowfall, Valyrian, Yamatake. So we can do Snowfall, Cilantro, Hydra. Snowfall. Alright, let's do Snowfall. You have more HMX tactiles than I have switches. One of these days, Nana, I need to show you the switch closet. I don't know if you can see the switch closet as I'm about to go back there, so maybe you can peep inside. Snowfall. Okay, those ones. Got it. Okay. That sounded kinky. Yeah, come look at my closet. Come peek in my closet, boys. Don't tempt me with a good time. Or Hydra, I can't remember which one is Clacker. So I brought both of them out because I can never tell them apart. I'm pretty sure the Snowfall is the one with sparkles, which means it's this one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that's the one. Or not, I have no idea. Mountain of switches just topple out. I mean, close enough. The type of closet has a secret button where the board flips and it's just rifles and grenades. Except the rifles and grenades are made of keyboards. That's basically what it is. I've yet to try anything HMX. Really? If I had to purchase some switches, what would you recommend? You've never tried HMX? Hydra has the RGB diffuser. Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks for stopping by, Villain. I appreciate you, man. I'll catch you next time. Recommendation for HMX. Crummy, I think that depends on what's your preference for switches, because HMX can give you high-pitched clack. Don't, he'll become addicted like the rest of us. If Nav pulled up in a van and said he had some switches in the back, I'd be cooked. I think there's a lot of people that would be cooked. Although, to be fair, in the keyboard community, if someone actually pulled up and said they have switches in the back and you hopped in, chances are you're actually getting switches. The number of times that I've just gotten free switches in boxes when I buy a keyboard off someone off Mech Market is nuts. So that's legit possible. I'd hop right in, exactly. Nana, don't worry, man. We'll get to the type R's. Don't you worry your pretty little head. We will get there. I always give switches when someone buys a board. Me too. I do the same thing. Whenever someone buys a board off me, I 100% of the time? 99% of the time? Like, basically every time, throw in some switches. Alright, give me a sec. I just want to get a feel for it. Guys, it's like a freaking gunshot. I don't even understand what the hell is going on. I don't understand. It's like a gunshot. The freaking stab is like a gunshot. It's like bow, 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 bam, bam. Stab. I said the stab is like a gunshot. The spacebar is like a gunshot. Nuts. All right, Nana. Type R's coming right up. I'll have to start doing that. Also, I'm trying to psyop myself into being a cherry blacks guy. I don't think it's a psyop. They're fine. It's like a palette cleanser. It's good. During the pandemic, I was buying keyboards out of a friend's trunk in a McDonald's park. Dude, mod, I did that too. Except I did it with a power supply. Like mid-pandemic, we were all work from home, and my freaking power supply on my home computer basically fried itself. And that was the computer that I was working from. Like, that was my only computer. And so it was mid-pandemic. All the stores were closed, at least up in Quebec. Like, everything was closed. And so I legit had to drive an hour to meet some random dude in a parking lot of a gas station to, like, buy a power supply off him. And, like, props to that dude who didn't freaking fleece me on a power supply. Because, like, I bet you he could have sold that thing for, like, $300-400 with the way things were going at the time. The dude just charged me a solid $150, just market rate for a solid power supply. I was backing up, like up and running within a day. But like, I still think about that guy. Like some random dude that was just like good guy Chad selling power supply at like a reasonable rate in the middle of COVID. Oh. Oh. Okay. I gotta roll and pick up my Cerakoted top to F1 that they called today telling me it's finished. Nice. I didn't do anything crazy. The Anno on Geon boards are ass and my switch puller dropped. Oh. Damn. Twist to the story, it was Linus, except I live in Montreal and he's in Vancouver. Thanks for stopping by, Big H. I appreciate you, man. Okay, Nana. You're up. Ooh. That is nuts! Hold on, wait, hold on, wait. Do you guys hear ping? Hold on. No, right? It's clean. Yeah, I don't either. It's just nuts. Yeah, no ping. I don't hear it. No, I didn't mod them, Bob. They're stock. The only switches I The only switches I mod are cherry. Alright. So this is Lanakai's with a Type R spacebar. This is nuts. Bob thinks all Gateron are ass. I don't mind it, but I'm not going to lie. I've been kind of falling off Gateron a bit. By the way, does the area need the backspace? Feel stiff to you? Not to me, Nana. Not to me. But I'm not overly sensitive to type feel. I don't know why. Also, my backspace isn't working, which is great. I don't know why, but I'm not super sensitive to type feel. So if there's like an area on a board that is stiff or stiffer than normal, I'm usually not the one that's going to notice it. Give me a second. I want to see if I popped a socket. Because the backspace isn't working. Either I popped a socket or I need to bend some pins. I did not pop a socket. Which means it might just be the teeth inside. Shit. I think it might just be the teeth. Yeah, it looks like it's the teeth. So, for those that don't know, sometimes the hot swap, the teeth, and so, okay, so like this. Let's say this is the inside of a socket, and these are teeth, and you put the pin in, and like just shut up about this and just go with this, right? The pin of the switch goes in the thing, and the little teeth on the side are like kind of gripping around the thing, and it makes contact. And I'm pretty sure what's happened is that like one of the teeth underneath is like kind of loose and out, so it's going in and not making contact. So I'm just gonna bend up. This is actually, I think it was Squirrely Stubbs who was the person who first told me about this. I had this problem last year, and what he told me was to like basically just slightly bend the pin up. And just slightly bending the pin up will hopefully create enough contact inside the socket to fix the problem. And it didn't. Wonderful. Alright, the only other thing I can think of is that like maybe it's the switch. So let's try a different switch. Oh, I know what's going on. You know what I almost did, guys? So how many of you were here? How many of you were here when we did the Toro 60? How many of you were here when we did this keyboard? Hi, Shark. How you doing, man? How many of you were here? Because for those that were here, you will remember that in this keyboard, what we did was a hot swap socket repair on the spacebar. Hello, Mr. Keybox. Thank you for joining, man. So we did a hot swap socket repair on the spacebar of this keyboard because the spacebar wasn't working. And for those that were here, you might remember that it was a totally unnecessary fix because I desoldered the socket and soldered on a whole new socket. And it turns out it wasn't necessary because it was just a via mapping issue. And so I did this whole song and dance to repair a socket that didn't need repairing. And so I was just about to do exactly the same thing with the Minerva. I was like, oh, God damn it. Do I have to do a whole socket replacement again? I don't want to do that. Blah, blah, blah. As it turns out, backspace is here. Which means that the reason this isn't working is because it's not mapped in VIA because the previous owner used split backspace. Yeah. So we're just going to go into VIA and see if I can fix this lickety-split. Oh, is this a VIA board or a Vile board? I don't know, actually. It's a VIA board. Okay. Yeah, so the reason it wasn't working is because it wasn't mapped. That's why. I wonder, and I'm not saying someone should do this because you shouldn't, but I wonder if someone was to map out every single mistake, word flub, Dit's brain fart moment on stream, what would be the rate? Like, what's the rate of smooth brain per minute? Like, is it 1 per minute? Is it 0.5? At what rate am I making mistakes? I need to know. Wild. Okay. Alright, we're back in business, I think. Split right. Okay, we're good. I'll do a Navid homage stream where I recreate every mistake you ever made, but condense it into one build. That'll be hilarious. Starting with choosing win key for the first. In the past, I've had to pinch the hot swap contacts together instead of bending this. I've had to do that too, actually, Liquid, because sometimes it's not enough. And so what I've had to do is come in from the backside with, like, I have these, like, hold on, I'll show you. I have these needle nose, like, very, very thin pliers. And so when I need to get at the hot swap socket on the back, I'll actually use these to bend the teeth back into shape, back into place. Ferg, I'm with you, man. This board, honestly, I really like it. Oh, Ferg. Oh, Shark. Oh, guys, were you here for the space? Okay. Have you guys heard the space bar? Hold on. So, were you here for the type test? I think you just joined. I have to show you this. This is crazy. So, no. Shark, my dude. This space bar is insane. Okay, Ferg, guys. Okay. No. Hold on. The problem is that right now, we've been testing different space bars, and I have a type R in here, and if I do a type test with a type R in the space bar, everyone is going to be like, well, not everyone, but the two of you are going to be like, you're cheating, type R is a cheat, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you're right, type R is a cheat, so I'm going to go back to the original test. So this is the Lanikai. This was the original spacebar that blew my mind on this board. This thing is nuts. It is just, it's bananas. Okay, so I'm going to do another type test because that's why we're here. We're here to do the clickety-clacks. Okay. Just listen, guys. Listen. Hold on. Okay. What the hell? Is caps lock not working now? Okay, what is going on? Oh, it's because the freaking cap. It's because whoever was using this board before me mapped the freaking caps lock. Okay, hold on. Just pause. Yes, the caps lock is freaking mapped to layer. Sorry, because somehow I triggered caps lock. I don't know how it happened. There we go. Okay, fine. Okay, now we're going to do it. Yes, I know, Shark. I know. Listen, Linda. Guys, okay, we're here. Isn't that nuts? Come on, guys. Isn't that spacebar insane? Hi, Dream Girly. Thanks for joining. I am amazed. I am amazed. All right. Wow. Oh, hold on. Okay. So, for those that remember in the beginning, Nick Hugh was saying to tape this thing, right? Because there's 2 flex cuts on the PCB. There's one, I think, approximately here-ish. And there's one approximately here-ish. Right? Now check this out. And by the way, this might be the reason, one of the reasons why the spacebar sounds so good. It's because I think there's a flex cut around here. And I can show you because I have an extra PCB. Hold on. Any differences with the Type R? Honestly, we've tried 3 different switches. They all sound phenomenal. They're just slight different variations. The Type R is insane. So, okay. So I think one of the reasons potentially why this spacebar sounds so good could be the fact that there's a cut right here. I wonder if we tape it, if we'll lose the spacebar, right? Because I think, okay, when there's too many flex cuts, like when there's like per key flex cuts, right? You essentially have a PCB that is all flex, and so there's no reverb, right? And so if you think about it kind of like a drum or like a violin string, right? There's no tension on a per key flex cut, right? So if every single key is cut to shit, and you press a key, there's nothing to help create sound, so it always sounds thin, right? However, with this, it's one flex cut that runs across, and it essentially can kind of create a single band here. I wonder if the reason the spacebar sounds so good, or part of the reason, is because this is kind of acting like a violin string or like a drum, sort of, right? And so it's not that it leaks sound through here, it's that there's a bounce that kind of like, you know what I mean? Like kind of like a boing. Is that possible? I don't know if there's anyone here that knows their shit. Like Ferg, any of you guys are like PCB people that like actually understands the acoustical dynamics of this shit. But I wonder if this cut here is the reason or one of the reasons the spacebar sounds so good. There has to be someone here that knows. Because here's the thing, right? Is that the alphas here, you can actually hear it. It's a tiny bit thinner, right? So like, okay, listen. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 up the chain. Okay, so first of all, obviously we have spacebar. That sounds great. But then we go here. So essentially, this is how it sounds to me, right? This row here sounds a tiny bit thin to me. This row here sounds great. This row here sounds a little thin again. This row here sounds great. All right, one more time from the top. Sounds fine. Maybe a little thin. Sounds good to me. Again, a little thin. So these guys right here, this three, the alphas in the middle, are essentially sandwiched by those cuts, right? So you have this here, and then you have this in the middle. So this middle row is like clearly bright. It's like solid, right? So according to the designer, the difference between the spacebar and alphas mods is very much on purpose and took 3 protos to get right. That makes sense. Take a tape and cover it from the back to check if your theory is correct. Motherfucker, let's go. I'm awake. I'm awake now. I don't remember where the screws are, but I don't need to because I will use this as reference. Okay, one here. One here. One here. One roughly there. There we go. And one here. Keep science in action. You got it, man. We are gonna science some shit together. Oh, the stream is unscuffed. I don't know, man. There's plenty of time to rescuff things. Okay. Also, apparently, foam doesn't make the board sound thocky, but acts as a volume knob. Huh. Huh. I'll tell you what, guys. This is the kind of board I like. Okay, the problem is, don't listen to me because I like almost everything, right? I'm very easy to please. Just like, yeah, so whatever, right? Like, you know what? I think I need to put a disclaimer somewhere that, like, when it comes to keyboards, I'm fairly easy to please. It's like, okay, here's the thing, right? If you, okay, listen, okay, so, hold on, okay, so, you know how there's foodies, people that love food, right? And they have like a really mature taste in food, and like they can critique the meal and they understand, they have taste buds that are like super sensitive and sensitive. So they go and they're like, oh, I could use more of this spice and that spice and whatever, right? So there's foodies, right? Then there's not the foodie, there's the whatever the eating version of that is. It's like the person that likes to eat. That's me. I'm an eater. I'm not a foodie. I eat, right? So like if you put my favorite food in front of me and it is like a bad version of that food, that it's burgers. Burgers are my favorite thing. So if you put bad burgers in front of me, I'll eat them. I love burgers that much. I will just eat the burgers, right? So when it comes to the foods that I like, I am fairly easy to please. Now, if you put a raw burger in front of me, I'm not going to eat it, right? So fine. When it comes to keyboards, I am the same way. I'm not a keyboard connoisseur. I'm not like the guy that's, I can sometimes tell the difference, but I'm not the one that's going to like pick it apart and be like, oh, you know, it's slightly pingy here. Like, I don't have the taste that people like Alex have, right? That's just not me. I just love it too much, and I'm fairly easy to please. So this board is like my favorite kind of keyboard, right? I don't think it's perfect, but I love that there's like little intricacies about it. I love that it has character to it. I've said this before, like, I like louder boards. I like noisy boards. This board has character. It's fun. There's stuff to figure out. Like, you know, this is the kind of board I really, really enjoy. I love that the spacebar is like way, way louder than the alphas. I love that. I love boards with character. And like, obviously the spacebar is not... So what you're saying is I need to send you something for an easy, good review. Here's the thing, right? With the Noose, I can't stop shitting on that board because of how much money and how much paint. Like, holy crap, that board took so much to get good. It was, you know. However, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think I'm that hard to please when it comes to keyboards. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to tape. So we're just going to tape right there. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. W Twitch recommending me your live. Didn't know you were streaming. Thank you for joining Aurora, right? I know it's like Aurora, but I can't really do the rolling R too well. It's Aurora, right? I think. But thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Let's do this. Tape mod. I haven't done a tape mod in a while. But we're going to do a tape mod. It'll be a proper ish tape mod. Okay. It's just I wonder what this is gonna... I don't like this. I don't like having to do this. I don't want to have to do this. I also wonder, no one specified, right, if it's like a 1 layer or a 2 layer. Let's just try 1 layer for now. Crummy, I know, dude, I know. But like, apparently, look, we're doing this for science, okay? Because Nick, you said you have to tape mod the flex cuts, and there are 2. And so we're doing this for science, because the other question that we had is if the tape is going to mess with the spacebar. And the spacebar on this thing, I don't know if you were here for it, is frickin' magic. Magic. I think new, old stock. Every time someone mentions Noose, I don't even know what that means, my dude. I approve then. Continue with the scientific method. So, okay. I don't know if you were here, Crummy, but I think you were, but I don't remember, because I'm right now on a manic episode, and did I tape? Oh, I almost did. I almost taped over the frickin' EasyMate socket. I really wonder if this will make the spacebar worse. I'm not sure, but I think it might. This is what I live for. Give me, give me, give me. I am so curious. I am so curious how this is going to work. Okay. I am the embodiment of excitement. Okay. Just cover them 100% 1 layer. Got it. Probably need few more PC tape. Still cannot stimulate non-flex cut situation. So I think what we're trying to do, Keybox, is just to block the sound from leaking through. And so hopefully a single layer will do the job, but if not, we can open it up and add another. I'm half listening. I've been pulled in and out of counts. Okay. I understand. I understand you're doing this for science, but it does incur an aura loss. Can aura go into the negative if you're already at 0? debatable. Seems like 4 cups of coffee. No, Ferg, this is not a coffee situation. This is an obsession situation. This is like my obsession with keyboards overrode my need for caffeine. Effectiveness of caffeine? No, this is an obsession situation. This is like a mini manic episode. That's what this is. This is like we are doing keyboard science, and that has excited me. Let's remove this. We don't want this to bug us. Okay. Very small detail, by the way. I don't think there's a chance that you guys are going to be able to see it, but on the outside of the screw, it says Archetype on the outside of the screw, which is very cool. So what you're saying is you're trying to make the spacebar sound worse to prove your theory. Yes and no. The question is, what effect will the tape have on the sound of the keyboard? Will it brighten up the 2 rows that sounded a little bit dull, which it probably should? And then the other question is, in the process of brightening it up, will it negatively impact the spacebar? Because it's possible that if we're right, and the spacebar is getting a lot of its loud and poppiness because of that particular flex cut next to the PCB, then that specific tape in that area. So I guess you're right. Yeah. Okay, never mind. You're right. We are trying to make the spacebar sound worse to prove the theory. Oh, you're right. You're not at 0. Don't worry. Then what am I at? Once again, we are here, and I am late for the rectangular rituals. Actually, Silhouette, the argument could be made that the ritual just started. Up until now, we were just building a keyboard, and as of 5 minutes ago, we are obsessing. One could argue the obsession is the ritual. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, no. It would appear like I improperly attached the cable because the keys are not working. Whatever. Fine. We'll open it up. We'll take a look. But for now, we're here. So, okay, here's the thing. I do think it affected the spacebar negatively. So I don't know if you guys remember or if you can kind of tell the difference. I think that the rows that are right next to the flex cuts are slightly brighter. Maybe not this one. Okay, so I think it improved the alphas a bit. I think it dulled the spacebar a bit. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. It's still good, but it's not a gunshot. Like, do you guys remember how the original spacebar, right, was like a gunshot, right? It was like, boom, like in your face. It's not, like, it's definitely more tame. Yeah, Yami, you're right. The upper alphas here are for sure brighter. I think, Alex, I think you're right. So if you're a spacebar guy, just keep it as is. If you prefer alphas, add the tape. Specifically this row, though. Keep the top. Okay, here's the problem though, Nana, is that if we remove the tape on the bottom, I'm worried that it will sound disproportionately bad, because then it will create a... because actually, I don't know. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. I have an extra screw. It's fine. Use a tactile. Hold on, Yami. Yami, wait. You're saying use a tactile right now? Like right now before I take it apart? All right, fine. I think you're right, Alex. It sounds relatively good, but okay, here's the thing, right? I don't have any keyboards that have a spacebar that sounds like this, right? Like, I have good spacebar keyboards, but this one sounds like an actual gunshot. I mean, you know what I mean, right? A figurative actual gunshot. It's that prominent. It's that loud, and I don't want to lose that. That makes for a very unique. It's still good. It's just. It's still good, right? It's still good. Yeah, dude, I love Type R. Like, for sure this is good. It's just, it's not the Gunshot. Yeah, I mean, it's what the designer intended, right, with the cuts. So if that is what makes the board unique, why would you take it away? Exactly. I agree. The only thing is that obviously sometimes your taste might differ from the designer, and potentially doing a mod like this, like taping the cuts or whatever, gets it closer to your preferences, and I'm all for that. But in this case, it just so happens that my preferences actually align with the designer quite a bit. I think you don't hear it on the Type R is because the travel is so short. No, Bob. I think it's because of the. Did I miss something? I think it's because of the tape. I think the tape killed the spacebar a bit. I think that one of the reasons the spacebar on this board is so good is because of the flex cut that essentially separates the spacebar. So basically, this cut here. Right? So I think the reason that this spacebar is so poppy is because of that cut. Because the second we taped the cut, we lost like 20 to 30% of spacebar. It's still very, very good, but it's not like addictively good, basically. Yeah, the freaking cable came out. That's why it wasn't working. Okay, so next we are going to try to remove just the spacebar tape. And we'll see how we do there. Now I understand why people don't like... Guys, I was not made for this kind of... These fingers were not made for precision. Okay. Okay. Those only have like 5 to 10 uses? Seriously? Sorry, the problem is the cable. Oh, okay, you know what? Wow. I'm going to buy more. I assume you can get them on like AliExpress, right? Or something. There has to be a way to get more of them. I think CK stocks them as well. Okay. I'm gonna do that right now, actually, so I don't forget. Alexa, will you shut up, please? Thank you. Is that everything? It is not everything. All right. Wait. I want to go back to my Atlantic highs. I actually really liked... although... You know what? Hold on. I wonder... Okay. Molex and JST cables. So... Bob... Wait. EasyMate is Molex? I did not realize that EasyMate was Molex. I thought it was something else. I could have sworn that EasyMate was different. Oh, it's the same. Oh. Okay. Alright. At least I'm pretty sure. Okay. Well then, it does look the same. Huh. Alright. I will get this after stream, but I think you're right. It does look the same. Okay. Alright. Okay, one more. Alright, so this is the type test with the tape on the top cut, but not on the bottom cut. I think that's the move, guys. I think... Okay, so what we have confirmed is that when you tape the flex cut here, it does actually impact the spacebar because we're back to gunshots on the bottom, and it sounds crisp up here. So the only downside of the spacebar being like that good is that this alpha row here is a little bit dull. Oh, that is real nice. I think I prefer... Really? The top row? No. I prefer no tape down here for sure, because it gives us that beautiful space bar. Is it the inconsistency now that's getting you? Like, the fact that it's like more bright here and then duller here? It's like that inconsistency. Yeah. I'm wondering, let me do one more type test. I'm wondering if over time it will get to me as well. Let me just do one more because I might want to revert it. Let's see. Hold on. I think you're right, actually. I think you're right. Yeah, I preferred it without tape. I think you're right. The problem is that it creates a little bit too much inconsistency between, because essentially what happens is that we then get a very, very bright spacebar with a, like, we essentially get a spacebar that's super bright, an R4 alpha, like basically kind of mid here, mid bright here, and then like very bright here, and I think it's a little too inconsistent for me. So I think I'm with you. I think I actually prefer it without the cuts, without the tape, which is interesting because most of the time in the hobby, it's just an automatic flex cut equals always bad. But in this case, it's interesting to me because if it was no flex cuts, I don't actually think our spacebar would have been nearly as good as what we have now. What am I? Oh yeah, I know what I'm missing. Whatever, this is good enough. Interesting. So basically, it is a trade-off of having slightly duller if you really like the board, I'd get an alu plate for it. Might bring that brightness you seek. Interesting. I don't know. I think with the carbon fiber plate actually is quite bright. The other thing is that supposedly these switches are not the clackiest, so it might also be playing around and configuring it a little bit, like playing around with different switches. That might also be like a play. I'm also just ideologically opposed to tape mods on a $400 board where the designer puts a lot of thought into sound. Honestly, I am too. Like, in general, I am opposed to needing to do mods on expensive boards. However, sometimes your preferences just don't align with the preferences of the designer, and I think that also is okay. Like, it's kind of the same concept as like foaming up a board that the designer intended to be unfoamed. Like, sometimes you just prefer something else. I think that's okay. But did it get better with the tape? Honestly, Mikey, for my taste, I actually think I preferred it without the tape. Because the tape killed the spacebar sound. I think the spacebar got around 20 to 30% worse, like less bright without the tape. Sorry, with the tape. The tape muted it, basically. And then on top of that, it also made the alphas a little bit inconsistent. So, okay, so first thing we did is that we tried it with tape on both. And essentially what happened is that the spacebar got a ton duller. It got 20 to 30% duller, I think. But all three alpha rows, or particularly this row and this row, got brighter, right? Then we tried it without the tape on the bottom row. So we removed the bottom row tape. And what happened is the spacebar went back to being awesome. This alpha row quieted down, but then this one stayed super bright. So in terms of brightness, we essentially had a 3, a 2, and like a 1.5, right? So 1.5, then 2, then 3, right? Then when we remove the cuts, it takes us back to 1.5, 2, 1.5, where that middle alpha row is basically brighter than both the bottom and the top rows, but they're close enough that it kind of works, and you keep the super bright, loud, poppy spacebar, which I love. I think NICU's mod basically makes the whole thing a bit more flat, or more consistent, kind of, which is fine. Like, I don't think it sounded bad, but I really, really like the stock experience. So let's go back and just put it back together and do one more test with the stock type test with the stock experience again, because we've been playing around with it a bit. Let's get ourselves up to form. And oh man, if that freaking cable came loose again, I'm gonna lose my shit. Because I'm putting the key packs, I'm putting the key packs back on, guys. Key packs, okay? Did you hear me? I said I'm putting the key packs back on. That's what I just said. Those are the words that came out of my mouth. Okay. Yeah, I know, Alex. It's time. I gotta take a nap. I gotta rest. I have to do something. Words are hard, guys, especially today, especially if you're me. All right. We're back to the original, okay? Let's see. Okay, wait, one more test. I want to try cherry in the spacebar. Where do I have cherry? Okay, this is an MX Brown. I want to try cherry. Not bad. It's good. Let's try black. I want to try MX Black. This is MX Black that has been spring swapped, but otherwise stock. Okay, one more time. All right. This desk is getting a little bit too messy. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you, or I think I like the other one better. I think the MX Black also tames it a little bit too much. I think for me, a big part of the appeal of this board is when it's like ooh, Nixie. I do have a Nixie. Is the Nixie in use? The Nixie is in use, but where did I put it? Hold on. I have a Nixie. Oh. Why is the Nixie crazy? What's crazy about the Nixie? Do you have KeyGeek PA or M3? I have a PA. I do not have M3. Okay. It sounds like you only have one, and it's no. So okay, basically, whenever I put switches in a board, okay, so the switches that are in my library available to be used are in the closet, and then whenever I put switches in a board, I take them out of this container, I put them in a Ziploc bag, and I put them somewhere else. So when switches are in use, I have to go somewhere else to find them, versus when they're not in use, I know exactly where they are. Which is why I was trying to think if it's in use or not, because if it's in use, I have to go somewhere else, and it was in use, which means it was in the other place. I agree with you guys, by the way. I am not a fan of the Nixie in the spacebar, which, by the way, is the first time, or among the few times, that Cherry in spacebar worked out worse. A lot of times when I put Cherry in spacebar, I actually like how it sounds, so it's interesting. If you don't like the Nixie, maybe try PA. Okay, let's try PA. Okay, this will go back. This will go back. Let's put this back too. Where did I put the PAs? Okay. Hold on. Oh no, the PAs aren't in use. Never mind. Okay. Oh. Stay. Okay. I see CF and Cherry don't always mesh. Some would say, you know what's funny, Nana? I actually almost always prefer my Cherry on carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is my preferred plate for my Cherry switches, almost 100% of the time. Because I typically find Cherry switches too quiet, and carbon fiber actually balances it out. Ooh, Aurora, I think you were right. Woo! Okay. Okay. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. One more time. Whoo! Whoo! You got it. Oh! 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 What a call. That was such a good call. Wow, okay, hold on. Just for science, let's do one more test. Let's see what happens if we go one step further. Huh? Let's see what happens. What happens if we take this one step further and go all in on PA? Will this be better or will this be worse? Better or worse? What do we think? I have a feeling it will be better. Yeah, Alex, you got it. I think RR, you nailed it. Really, 3D, you prefer the right side? Interesting. Nana, you too, huh? All right, hold on. Okay. Here's okay. I think this is where I stand. All right. I think I prefer PA in the spacebar for sure. Clearly, to me, this is better. This is just a way cleaner. I just love the spacebar with the PA. I like it with the Lanikai. Lanikai's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. No, there's nothing wrong with it. But the PA in the spacebar for me is the winner. I think I'm actually a little torn. I don't think there's one that's a clear winner for me. The one thing I will say is that the PAs on the alphas kind of sound like PAs. Like, I don't think you're getting a wildly different experience out of the PAs in this board versus the PAs in another board. Whereas I feel like the Lanikais... I'm torn. I am very torn. I think I'm with 3D. I think they both sound good. I honestly, I think they both sound good. Okay. This is okay. Here's the thing. For me, the difference between the two is not even a difference of preference. No, not for me. For me, it's a mood-based difference. So, for those of you that have multiple keyboards, which I assume almost all of you do, like more than a few, the keyboard that I choose to use in that moment is one of two things. Either it's the newest thing that I've built, and it's like, I'm into it because it's new, or it's mood dependent. And sometimes I feel like a deeper board, and sometimes I feel like a scratchy board, and sometimes I feel like a loud board, whatever. For me, the difference between these two, I like both of them. I think it's mood dependent. I think if I built this whole thing with PAs, some days I will walk into my office and I will feel like a Key Geek clack day, and I will pick the PAs because they're super loud, they're clacky, they're bright, etc. I think some days I'm going to walk in and I'm going to want something that's a bit more scratchy. It's like slightly quieter. I think it's mood dependent. Oh, be quiet, Mikey. You have a bunch too. I think basically everyone here has at least 5. Almost everyone here has a stack of keyboards. I think this is one of the few places on Twitch, I mean, not my stream, but like these streams, where the people with more than 5 keyboards or more than 3 keyboards or whatever arbitrary number we pick outnumber the people with 1 keyboard. I think, though, what I'm going to settle on is I'm going to leave the Lanikais in here for a bit so I can type with them over the course of the next, like, week or two. More than 5. Oh, come on, Mikey. You have at least 20 keyboards. 15 keyboards? How many keyboards do you have, Mikey? Really, Aura? You have 4. I don't know why, but I would have expected more. For some reason in my head, all content creators... By the way, guys... For those of you that don't know, and I should have done this earlier, I'm sorry, Aurora has a wonderful YouTube channel where they do really, really thorough Switch reviews. So does Mikey, by the way. So we're actually blessed to have a few content creators among us. There's actually a few people, Keyboard Dad, Bokeh Bob. We have quite a few people that do some really, really great content. One thing I appreciate about Aurora's content is they take a very consistent approach to it, where they have like a kind of a consistent sound test format that they take, where they take the same boards with the same format in every video. And I personally, I'm a big fan of that style for Switch reviews because it keeps things consistent from review to review. Yeah, I will for sure drop a channel link. Switch Journal. The Switch Journal. Boom. And so it's like, I really appreciate that kind of consistency. And so you can kind of go through and get like a consistent sound test over sound test. What if Sonia's in Classic HMX had a baby? That's the description for the Lanikai. That's funny. Dude, you've been killing it with the video titles. They're actually really funny. Okay. So what we've settled on is a PA spacebar, which is just awesome, with the HMX Lanikais on the alphas. I'm very pleased with this. This turned out great. This turned out great. All right, guys. I think it is time for me to go. I have a bit of cleanup to do. My sub hinges on a question. Oh. What is the question? Why are you dying, Mikey? What's going on, man? Wow, Nana didn't even sub to me. Oh. Alright, Aura, you won his heart. Unfortunately, I have lost aura points with Nana because I'm a Winky boy. Okay. No shit. Dying because so busy filming. Yeah, so for those that don't know, I'll give another shout out to Mikey. Mikey also creates content. He does Switch reviews, keyboard reviews, a few different things. Mikey's a great dude as well. We got some really cool chads in the chat today. Alright guys, I'm going to get a raid going. I think we're going to raid Valk. I see that he is online. What is he doing? Ah, he's doing the numpad, the Hermes numpad. Nice. Okay, let's give Valk a raid. I will see you guys in chat. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon.